Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're talking to Steven. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button. Get that bell notification on too so you don't miss out on an episode. Welcome back to the channel where last time we were here, we built cargo networks for the first time. Very exciting time. And in today's episode, we're going to be back in the Ontario side of the build because if this is your first time watching this series, what I'm doing is building two cities in one in the model of Ottawa-Gatineau in Canada. So two cities in one, across the river from each other, very different. So we'll be building in Ontario, and we're going to be kind of focusing on some farming today, or at least trying to. And we'll also do a bit of highway work, and maybe even another cargo station. We'll see how that works out. But let's hop out and take a look at what we did last time and plan for this episode. So, last episode we added in this cargo station right downtown in the old town of Moore, Quebec. The train station's right here. It's very busy, which is awesome. But then we also have the train yard out this way. It just kind of made sense to kind of utilize this flat land over here near the existing rail line for this. So therefore we had to put the cargo station nearby as well. So we'll be building out over here today in this pocket over here. There's some fertile land right about here. Let's see if I can show that. How do I do that again? Is it in production? Nope. My goodness, silly me. There you go. Right over here is kind of where I'm planning on putting some fertile land stuff. So some grain, some vegetables, some textiles. All three of these need the fertile land. So planning out from what we did last time where we got a rail through here, I'm going to make a connection out to maybe about here. And then we'll get the first semblance of the Ontario side rail line. This will be the main connection point into here between the two provincial rail lines. And then we'll also adjust the highway a bit because we're going to need to get across the highway. So we're going to be building a new interchange here. We're going to just be using the one of the models that they have in the game. But at the beginning of the series, I said I was going to move the highway. I don't think I'm going to move this part of the highway. I think we've planned it out pretty good. I don't really want to move this section here, but we will adjust how it this curve here for sure, because we're going to need to make sure that this highway runs all the way through on the Ontario side of things, maybe even duck it down or something like that, and we'll have our provincial connection point here. This side of the highway I'm pretty comfortable with as well though. So pretty much just any highway portion over here up through here is probably going to get revised. But then yes, we'll have a second rail line going in this side of the river here too. So with that in mind, we're going to need to buy a bunch of tiles. Alright, so we have all the tiles surrounding this pocket of fertile land, which is awesome. And with that in mind, we're going to probably end up removing some of these farms over here. And you know what? Honestly, I'm a bit concerned about the canal here. Is the water going down? I don't know. Like I see it slowly over time. So if you notice that the water is going down significantly, let me know because we'll have to rush up our connection point into the river over here where we'll get some water flowing into this little lake. But yeah, a little bit concerned, not gonna lie. All right, so with the highway revision, we're actually going to end up revising the dump and the power plant and these farms over here. We always knew these were temporary, but I think first things first, we're gonna probably need to pause the game, delete what we have here, and insert the new highway interchange. And while we were doing this, the demands skyrocketed. I've adjusted the taxes a little bit to make them lower, but I've also upped them a little bit in the commercial and industry. So yeah, we're seeing that very much reflected in here, which is really cool. So we have the fertile land kind of surrounded, which is awesome, and we'll figure out how to make the farms look nice over here. But then we have a connection point clearly through here as well, which is awesome. But we're definitely going to need to revise the power lines and adjust the highway slightly to fit the new interchange. So let's delete everything we need to, and we'll reconvene in a second. All right, so everything is cleared out, and I'm looking at the Clover Leaf interchange for this instance. The Clover Leaf interchange, very common interchange, highly used within the Ottawa region. I'm looking at the Highway 417. There are a ton of clovers in these spaces of maybe density change. But obviously the diamonds are the perfect things for in the downtown core, multiple interchanges close by. But I think this one's probably good. I'm seeing kind of the idea that this is probably going to be a pretty major road running through the city. We have like a very clear path connection into this area, and then road connection into this area, and then also right into the city, where it then connects up with this little roundabout here, which then goes into Quebec. So this is a pretty major road connection. We're probably going to see multiple roads coming off of this as well, and even, like I said, we're going to get a rail through here, so there'll be a rail network connection in here too. So having this kind of large interchange kind of just makes sense, even though clovers aren't really the most efficient. But the stack interchange, for example, not going to fit. Like that's not what we're looking at. But the clover interchange is often kind of like a service interchange, like a large service interchange kind of look. So that's what we're kind of going for. And looking at the interchange, we have a part that goes over top of the highway and a part that goes, over top and underneath. So the highway is going to be the part that goes underneath. It's just kind of the way these things usually work, and that's how we're going to do them. So I think I might just kind of like redo the connection points to make them a little bit more curved. But looking at the terrain here, I just wanted to make sure that we got the whole clover section on flat ground. That was kind of the main priority here. All right, so here we have it. We have the Clover Leaf interchange, and yeah, it's pretty interesting. We have like this merging lane here on the highway, which allows you to kind of, you get off once, and then you can slide off into this direction, or you can stay on and then merge via the loop here. So pretty neat. That is definitely interesting. But on this side, it's a bit more highway-like, which is fine. But I guess I didn't really look at the asset perfectly. I thought that these two would have been the same. Like the same road connection. So then in this case, again, if you're coming from this direction, you need to slide off and then you can go in that direction, or you can stay on and then do the loop here. So interesting. It may not stay the way that it is, but I think for right now, this is perfectly fine. So we're gonna need to connect this up into here, and that means we're probably gonna need to move this, and then probably at least temporarily move these. Maybe, hopefully I don't need to move these right away. That would be nice. But I definitely need to move the road maintenance depot. So we're going to relocate this this building. And where should it go? I think maybe just for right now, we can just slide it right here. Like, that's fine. It can just pop right there, and, it's good for now, right? But the main thing is that we have 6 lanes here. And they need to get into this, which then becomes 4 lanes. So I may need to actually revise this whole road into the roundabout into 6 lanes. And then the roundabout might need to get upgraded a little bit. But it makes sense to kind of have 6 lanes go into this, because now we have 4 on this side and 4 on this side. So I think in all, I think this will work out. So good thing we got large roads, because we're going to definitely need them. So that's a little steep, isn't it? Yeah, I think we're going to need to adjust these, unfortunately. Although I wouldn't mind actually leaving it at this height, because then we can get some roads underneath it, which is pretty cool. So maybe we just need to readjust the slope of the road. There we go. That's really cool. A lot smoother. Still pretty steep, but I think like it's fine. Yeah, we need to take this light off the road. That is for sure. That would be a very strange light. Like we're not turning around here. At least I hope that there's nothing that's saying that we're going to be turning around here. There we go. So then we come down to here and we have a light, but this might not stay like we've talked about. But I actually don't mind like a light there. Like that's probably fine. Let's figure out how we're going to adjust this, because I think we're actually going to need to adjust the roundabout into a very large roundabout first. And we're probably going to need to disconnect this path. And we have some bus stops nearby. Oh no, this is a mess. Yeah, so there we go. We're making it into a very large roundabout just by doing that. But what if we just upgrade this now to just go to ground level here? Oh, fantastic. Let's turn on snapping, because I would love it if we could just snap in like that. Yeah, look at that. Okay. So now we have 2 straight throughs and 2 lefts. So that's awesome. And then on this side we have a bunch of both. So yeah, I think this will work out, this mix here. Very cool. I really enjoy how the roundabout stuff works. It is definitely neat. We could like do an asymmetrical system kind of through here with 5-lane roads. Just kind of, there we go, 5-lane, just like that, to kind of even it out. Yeah, very cool. So we do have a bus stop there though, which is funny, but we can probably make a change there sometime else. But okay, so let's rehook up the paths, and this path is going to go from here to here. And then this path is going to go from here to here. Maybe we should actually get a path from here to here for the bus stop. And then from the bus stop here, we'll just bump it out a little bit and then down. There we go. And now we have some bus stop connections. And I guess in a way we should probably make sure that we have a connection down through here then too. Very good. Okay, look at that. A lot more people are using this bus stop apparently now, which is very good to see. Yeah, okay. Very cool. Alrighty. And this road is too many lanes. I used the wrong road apparently. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So I'm just looking for the 6-lane divided road. That's all I need. There we go. There we go. We're all set now. Okay, so we have the Clover Leaf interchange through here, which is running very smoothly. Looks like the cars are using it properly, even though this truck's going very slow. Is that the road maintenance vehicle? It is. Okay, so that's fine. They're doing their job. Yeah, so that's the merging point right in the middle. Looks like things are going smoothly. I'm enjoying how this looks. Ooh, I should probably not run the power, or not run the game, because we don't have everything hooked up. Okay, so we are then gonna figure out a way to kind of get this road down to the ground into a 6-lane road, just like we did on the other side of things. And we're going uphill here. I don't like that. I would prefer if we just kind of hit the ground. So I might actually delete all these roads and just rebuild them. All right, so this is a lot better. It's a lot smoother, that's for sure. I really kind of like the, ooh, there's a bit of a bump here. I can smooth things out later. But I like the kind of concrete walls and stuff in it. It's really cool. And then we merge all the way down into here. That is awesome. We have a light right here, followed by a roundabout. And things should disperse pretty nicely from here. We have an extra lane through here now too, which is awesome. And then we get to this intersection here on Meadow Street. And yeah, that goes right through to the city, over into this direction. So yeah, looks like things are going real smoothly right now. Okay, so let's continue with the road planning, and we'll bring this road over here. But what I like to do when we have kind of like 6 lanes, and I actually don't really want a 6-lane road through here, I'm going to disperse the lanes just by kind of adding an intersection. So we'll have a road right here, just like this, running right through. Fantastic. Look at the grid. The grid's all connected too, like that's perfect. And then now we can go down to a 4-lane road. So I'll use the divided, no, let's use the painted one from here on out. And I'll just go right in the middle here. Yeah, awesome. So even though we're kind of using, actually, should we go right in the middle, or should we maybe choose a side here? Because I don't love how the grids change, but we're in the more rural side of things. I don't think it really matters. I guess in a way it kind of makes sense for this to be the way, but also I kind of like the idea of having it kind of leaning to one side. And I'm just going to put in a little node right here, because then I'm just going to curve it from this point with the 4-lane road. Yeah, and there we go. And we'll curve up the hill really quickly. We'll look at where the train is at. I'm probably just going to do a bit of a slight curve, and again, I'm going to stop it at some point though, with another road. And oh, there's a big hill right here. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so this road will kind of go off into a different direction. I'm just trying to see which direction it's probably going to go. So we'll go at 90-degree angle, just like that. We'll curve. Whoops. I thought I had the curving tool on. Whoopsies. And there we go. And so there we go. We're connected up. We'll curve up the hill here. 3% grade. That's really good. 2% is even better. Let's go to about there. And then how about right about here, we get that road connection in, like I was mentioning. Awesome. And then with this little node that we put in place earlier, what we're going to be able to do is add the 5 lanes asymmetrical road in, just like that. There we go. And so that'll help disperse traffic even more. And then we can delete this little guy right there. And then this one can totally go to this hill if we need it to. Or maybe we can get it somewhere else. That's a good spot. Why don't we actually kind of plan this out a little bit better, and we'll level out the terrain and whatnot where this is going to go. So let's turn down the brush strength. We'll select that height and that the road is at, and I'll just bring this over to the hill. That can be something later on. And then now we can use just the normal road. So I was thinking maybe we could use the highway, but then we're going to need to run like the 2-lane highway. But then we're going to probably need to run like power and electrical beside it, which isn't the biggest deal in the world. But why don't we just stick with the 2-lane road from here, and you see the connection point that I'm making on that on the left-hand side of the road, because that is the same side of the road that we're continuing on this side. So it could show that that was the original right-of-way, and it's been expanded on the now right side of the road. But we'll go into continuous, and we'll turn on topography here so we can see what we're doing. And we are going to start battling up the hill a little bit. 1.3% grade, that's pretty good. Just going to readjust my camera. That's not too bad at all. We'll swing up to about here. And then now we're into the fertile land zone, which is awesome to see. And there we go. We have it right through there. So I'm thinking we're probably going to need to make a grid through here that would make the most sense for like a farming type area in this region that we're fictionally building the city in. So we could just bring this road right up the hill. It's a 4% grade. That's a little steep, but also I don't really see another option, because once we get to this point here, what else are we going to really do out this way? I guess there's ore up in this direction, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, we could just kind of get this road to cut right through the fertile land to about this point. 4.8%, that's actually pretty fine. I think we can live with that. And then we can have, we've kind of established a new grid now with this road, which is awesome. And then right about here, maybe we can bring this one right across, 90-degree angle. Let's turn off this because I want to make sure that the grid markers are the same, because I'm just like that. And then we can bring that one out this way. This one can come out. Actually, we could readjust the grid and bring it out from here, which is then how far? That is slightly too far. Okay, so I would like it if so the maximum grid is 6 blocks, so I would like it if we could make it another 6 blocks space in between the two grid markers. Awesome. Okay, and now we need to figure out we need to maintain that system through the farming area. Awesome. Okay, so we have kind of a good road network through here. This one's leading up to the ore, which is awesome. So we could continue this one off in the future. But how far do I want the grid to kind of go? I don't know. Maybe let's try and plan out the grid through here too, along this length, and then we can maybe find a point of separation where this road can then start curving into different directions, because we're starting to get a little steep. All right, so this is the point where we're going to start curving into a different direction. And honestly, this is where I might want to change the road type to that highway. Because 2-lane highway. Oh, look, it's a different width. That is interesting. 3-lane 2-way highway. Okay, this is the same width here. That's pretty cool. But I'd prefer it if it was a little neater than that, but that's okay. I think maybe we can just kind of stick with this. Yeah, that's fine. And then what we can do is start curving up the hill. So we'll look at the topography and the ore, which is over there. So I think we're probably going to need to start with at ground level. That would be helpful. And we'll go into free form. And I think we're going to need to curve into this direction slightly first. So I think that's about 3% right there. 4%. Let's go 3.5, right like that. Let's see if we can then start curving up a little bit. 3.5 again. Okay, very good. And then we have that connection point in there. And then we can even add an asymmetrical road in here if we want to keep this road, which I think I do. I think I want to make this road kind of run through the farming land. Okay. I don't think it really matters in the farming land that the grid patterns are the same, as long as it's pretty close, right? All right, and then we have this one through here, which is around the area still. I think we can keep this road, and then maybe we could even change it up somehow later on, but I don't really see us going much further beyond this point. But let's maybe add a few grid markers in again. Awesome. Okay, so we have our little indicators on where the grid needs to be. Yeah, okay, so I think maybe we can start planning out some farms. So, actually, hold on, sorry about that. We are probably going to need to reconnect everything up, because we've kind of cut everything off over here, and we deleted some livestock farming and whatnot. So it'd probably be prudent of us to reconnect some things first. But the power, we have a coal power plant, I think. The small coal power plant. It would be awesome if we could change it now and move it into something different, and then maybe get it on this hill. But looking at the power, we don't have anything else unlocked. We have the gas power plant that we could do, but let's see, that's 75,000 upkeep a month. So we're going to be really increasing things here. The wind direction is in our favor here. But the geothermal plant is something that I'm definitely interested in. However, I just don't think we're ready for that yet. It's my understanding that we're going to need some workers who are highly educated. We don't have that yet. So maybe we are just stuck with the coal power plant for now, and maybe a few wind turbines to supplement. The gas one is just such a big difference in upkeep, which is just kind of what's getting me. But it is a lot more power because we're at 20 megawatts, and then this one is 250, so we could sell that and make a ton of cash. So, and then there's the major coal power plant, which is 300 megawatts. Wow. And it's less than the gas for upkeep, but it's high pollution. So we'll never be able to reuse that land again. And then this one is 0 to 150, but we need to have water on the ground there. And, oh, we just missed it with the hill. So we could definitely extend it out there if we wanted to get the that power plant. And hey, look at this, we're making money. That's awesome, 21 bucks. That's awesome. So maybe what we can do is just move the power plant out this way and then plan for this to be the geothermal power plant at some point. So let's see, we're probably gonna need to cut the hill down a little bit. That's a bit steep. So let's grab up the brush strength to about here. And we'll cut the mountain off a little bit. All right, so we can split it now into where the geothermal power plant will go in the future. But for right now, we're just going to move the coal power plant into here. So let's grab the coal power plant, and we're just going to relocate it. And I think just for right now, we're just going to literally just plop it down. Like, just like that. That's probably fine. Yeah, that's cool. And, oh, does it cost money to relocate things? Doesn't look like it. Oh, no, it does. Okay. And then what we can do is just delete this here, and then we have only the dump out this way now, which is interesting. We're definitely going to need to move that at some point as well. But let's reconnect the coal power plant, the small coal power plant, and we're probably going to need to get a few more wind turbines in to supplement some things. So I think this is a good spot for it anyways. 5 megawatts, yeah, perfect. So we can just, maybe let's get the voltage in here first, or these things. And then we're probably gonna need to maybe get a transformer into Quebec maybe at some point. All right, so all in all, I think we have just one more windmill than we previously had. So why can't we have sewage? Oh, it's because of these. Oh no. The whole point of us doing the whole highway thing, oh my gosh. So we can just run this underneath, that's fine. Just connect it up, and then connect it up into here. Looks good, looks good. So let's check our power consumption here. Yeah, look at that. So we're trading a lot of electricity, which is really, really good. And we could even look at, oh, I love this. The green, we're in the green here, folks. Looking at our taxes here too, really quickly. Yeah, it looks pretty solid to me. Services, we're making money on our roads, holy cow. But I was looking at power here because we bumped it up to max, and I upped the service fee a little bit. And how are the people? Unreliable electricity supply. Well, hopefully things have changed a little bit now, or maybe we need a transformer. Oh, wow. Yeah, I guess we didn't connect the power. My goodness. So do we need a transformer for that? Maybe. Because I guess just the power grid's not connected. So we could just draw one of these lines in from here. Yeah, it could probably do that. And then, but yeah, let's do a transformer instead. And we can probably just get that somewhere nearby. Why don't we get it right here, right beside the road maintenance depot. And we're going to need to level out the terrain a little bit. Just kind of smooth it all out around it to remove the hitbox. And then come back over with the smoothing tool. So let's now grab our power lines, these ones, and then we'll connect it up right here. And we will then just bring it right across to this one. Hopefully that should work. Yep, there we go. Fantastic. Tons of high rents and not enough customers. But that'll even out over time. And how's the college doing? 115 people. Nice. Okay, we're doing good. Doing good. All right, so with the power and everything, we're good now. We're trading a little bit less electricity. Or sorry, we're importing electricity. Oh no, that's not good. Maybe it would have been better if we should have just bought one of the next items then. We could just try and do the geothermal power plant. All right, so we're at the development points here. We're looking at this. To get the geothermal power plant, we only need to spend 3 points. To get the coal power plant, we would have needed to spend 6 points. So I think this is a better use of our development points too. So we'll unlock the battery station. The station reduces the negative effects building suffer when there's no electricity. Well, hopefully we don't get into a situation where we need that. And then we have the hydroelectric power, which is something that I'm definitely interested in, but not today. And then we'll do the geothermal power plant right here. Okay, awesome. And let's see. Here we go. Geothermal power plant. We'll get it along. Oh, that's huge. And then we can just readjust this so that it looks a little nicer. So no groundwater, so that's where the groundwater is. This is the entrance. Let's see if we can get a better view. Yeah, that main building there on the left side of the building is the main entrance. So when we're planning this out, let's make sure that we plan. Whoops. Let's make sure that we plan it out so that it looks like somewhat realistic. And that turn into the building from the main road connection is not far enough, in my opinion. Let's move it over a little bit more. Yeah, that's good. Plop that down. That's a huge building with a huge hitbox. So let's level out the terrain. Very interesting building here. Okay. So let's reconnect the power. Right. Oh, where is it? Right here. And we can bring it down the hill a little bit. And yeah, we'll just connect it up like that. Okay, very good. Let's see, how many megawatts is this producing? Or kilowatts. Whoa, what are these? Binary cycle power plant. Okay, cool. Additional turbines, high voltage substation. Interesting. Okay, so 206 megawatts. That's awesome to see. And look at that. Okay, so we're trading a ton now, which is going to make us some money, which is awesome to see. Okay, but then if we look at the employees who work here, how do we see that? Oh, right here. Okay, so we got 8 out of 22 possible people working here, and we need well-educated. Okay, so well-educated is college. Let's see, we go into our taxes here. Well-educated. Okay, yeah, so we are producing people, students who would like to work here in the end of things, which is good to see. Let's see, I think maybe we could clean this area up a little bit. All right, not sure what we're going to get out this way, but it could be, we could even put the dump out this way, for example. That would work, but we could also get maybe even like a small community out this way. Other industry type buildings, the post sorting facility would be good out this way too, kind of thing. But yeah, all in all, okay, look at that. We're doing good here. Let's now go to our services. We'll go to electricity. We'll bump the power down to even like 70%. And then we can even lower the service fees now. And this will help raise the happiness of the people. Bump it up to 3-speed really quickly. Let's take a look. Yeah, we're still producing a ton of electricity. We're still selling a ton, and people should be a little happier too. And we still have high taxes. I mean, they're not that high. High crime too. Oh, wow. I didn't realize that. We do have a police station, right? Yeah, we have 1 police station. Maybe it's time to get a second one. But that's okay. We also have a welfare office, though. That's good. That helps the less fortunate by increasing their well-being. Okay. And the surrounding neighborhood, which we don't really have a neighborhood around it. It's right over there. But okay, so I think we're probably good to go into the next stage of things. Yeah, just looking at everything over here. Looks pretty good. Low electricity fees, +1. Yeah, I see that right at the bottom. That is great to see. And then if we look at our population here, we're at 7.17% unemployment. That's good. We have a bit of industry demand, a ton of low density demand. We can click on that and see that it's taxes that's really slowing things down, and the lack of students for the high density. So yeah, and taxes. Okay, so I definitely need to lower the taxes by next episode. But let's get some farms. So if we look at our production here, that's cargo. We can see that we are in a deficit in textile, vegetable, and grain. So I think we're going to need at least a bit of all three. And then we can even move the livestock farms out this way too. Or just get more, and then we can delete them as we see fit. All right, so looking at everything over here, it seems like if we were to perhaps, say, get a textile farm right here. Actually, maybe we go with wheat. Yeah, let's go wheat. This is a bit weaker in this little lot over here, so I'm thinking maybe if we kind of go with one that I believe is something we're going to do a bit more of. I think it's better if it's a bit on the weaker side of things, at least kind of compared to the other ones. So let's go right here and let's bring it down to the road. We'll bring this right over to here. I know we're not really in the zone here anymore, so why don't we actually just bump it down a little bit? All right, so I'm putting it down to 1 speed because I saw everything was fluctuating a little bit too much. So we got wheat right through here. Let's now add vegetables. So we're gonna add it right off of this road on a bit of a cul-de-sac kind of look. I don't know if we're gonna keep it like that, but we'll see. And then I don't fully know how I'm going to approach the road network through this area, so I think I'm just gonna keep it somewhat similar to this. There we go, vegetables. So that should be, that should add a lot to the area. We could add like a dirt road right here. That'd be cool, right beside it. Yeah, and then now kind of looks like maybe they can access from this point. Yeah, so I'm thinking I'm just gonna continue up in this direction here. And we'll go with textiles next. And we'll just kind of change things up a little bit. We'll put it on this road now. All right, so we got 2 textile farms on this side, change things up a little bit. And yeah, okay, so now we have technically all 3 in play here with wheat, vegetables, and textiles. Let's see if we can see any difference in the production levels. And we're losing livestock, but that's probably because we cut things back a little bit. Yes, we definitely need more textiles. And yeah, things will fluctuate a little bit, but it looks like we're good on wheat. And definitely more vegetables too. Okay, so I think maybe if we just look at natural resources here, yeah, maybe let's get a bit of livestock by the grain here. And then we can grab this road and just continue it straight through. That would make sense. And then we can bring this road down. Awesome. Now we could probably then grab a few more livestock buildings and place them out this way. All right, so hopefully all that helps fulfill the needs of the city. We are losing a bit of money, but we actually have gained money because I saw us in the 6s earlier. So that looks good. We have a very healthy residential demand, which will be nice moving into next episode. But we need to bring in the rail. Like I said, I wanted to get the rail kind of network slightly planned out. And I suppose there's no better place to run the rail than nearby the highway. So let's maybe plan the idea of maybe going underneath the roads right here. And okay, we're gonna need to move these guys. Okay, awesome. I got it to 2% basically, which is what I was hoping for. So yeah, I think we can safely say that this is a good slope. And now we need to figure out how the rest is going to slope. But we might as well just figure out how we're going to connect up from this one, because we might as well just kind of maybe think about digging a tunnel from here. Just like that through, because we're pretty much even lower than the road here at this height. So we might think that this could be a good option. And let's delete these connection points here. We'll reslope some things. There we go. And then we could even grab this height. Oh no, that's good. I did that earlier. And then we could just bridge across then. All right, so we got everything sloped out here, and we're just going to connect up the rail, and we're just going to swing this out through here, and then we've created a bit of a tunnel, kind of, or like a trench in a way, and then we're just going to simply connect it up here. Whoa, I think we need to extend this a little bit more. All right, so we have this really steep incline coming up, and I think we're probably going to have to save this for another day to figure out how we're going to approach that, because this also seems to be a bit of a wash. So yeah, tough situation here for the rail. We might as well have kept it a little bit higher. Or, sorry, we're going up, aren't we? Yeah, we're going up. So yeah, maybe we should just continue the incline a little bit, but we're going to need to do it a bit steeper than maybe I would have liked to do. We could grab this kind of height and figure out like that's probably the minimum it needs to be through here. And then if we just perhaps grab the rail, we elevate it so that we're slightly above this. That should probably be good. But we could even bring it like that. Like that would probably be my preferred height. There we go. That's flat over top of this. So I think if we can ideally get this to be a 2% grade to connect into here, that would be ideal, but we're at 5. So I'm probably going to readjust this off camera to get to that point. But yeah, we're going to need to reslope this stuff. But I've run out of time in the video for today. And we still need to do the cargo station. So there we go, reconnected this up. That should be good. And then the rail is going to continue out this way. If we put topography back on, we can pretty much see that this is going, whoops. We can pretty much see that this is going to just curve over through here. We'll just put on consistent curves or whatever this is called, and then we can bring it out into this direction at another point in time, and then I'll continue it that way. That's gonna be a lot easier to manage, but we're thinking about getting a cargo station in here, and I would say that this is probably our best option right in this kind of slot for it, but we're pretty steep again, right? So if we were to like say curve into it, it would be a 5% grade through here. So I guess we can easily just lower the terrain in this little pocket here to about maybe this height. And I bet we can get a cargo depot in here pretty simply. So they are kind of interesting in the way that they are shaped. So let's figure out how the rails are going to work through here. I'm just going to move the power onto this side of the rail tracks. The cargo station is right here. Cargo station. It's pretty big, but like I think if we kind of plan it so that we can have the rail kind of come in right about here, that would be awesome. So let's plop it down. Whoops. I thought it would have. I thought the train would have gone to our needs there, but it doesn't look like it. Awesome. So we have this cargo station in here now. The road connection point is on this side, so we're gonna need to figure out how to get that in from this road here. We could easily just curve it around, like that's totally fine. And then any additions on this building, I forget. Yeah, there's an extra storage facility. I could easily just slide back in here. So I think we're probably good to go. And then this is the extra rail line, which we could easily adjust at another point as well. Okay, so let's smooth out the terrain around this building. That would make sense to do first. Let's smooth out this. Actually, this is going to definitely need to be at this height. Because it looks like we're going to need some type of road all the way around this building. Maybe just like a small alley kind of thing. And then this one, we'll just bring it around through here. All right, so we have our another cargo rail network in here now too, which is awesome to see. We're probably going to need an asymmetrical road right here for traffic. So I'm just gonna upgrade this right now. There we go. And we have a light right there, that's good. A dedicated right, and I guess in a way it's a dedicated left too. So yeah, that should be good to go. We have the first semblances of the Ontario rail line running through here. And let's take a quick peek at our production. Yeah, more textiles and more vegetables. We're good on grain. So I think maybe in a way I could just slide in maybe one more textile farm through here. I think that would be good. Let's see, how much more space do we have? Yeah, we have one little teeny one right here. Why don't we make that one? How about we change it up then? Really quickly. We could easily get another textile farm in this pocket. All right, we can adjust that later if needed, but yeah, this is good. This is good. I think we can save the rest for adjusting another day, because I think this was a really good start at meeting these deficits that we have. Yeah, we've definitely added to the area here, haven't we? So we got our geothermal power plant up through here. We got a new cargo station. We got a new highway interchange through here too. And look at this, we have trucks coming out this way to the cargo station, which is awesome to see. Yeah, I think all in all, folks, that is where we're gonna end it for the day. How about we get I think the theme of the video today was about the farms, right? So let's get a cool shot right here for the farms. And I hope you had a wonderful day, folks, and we'll chat soon. Have a lovely weekend. Peace out.